Oakmont in Alameda, California. I'd like to do a little cooking demo today for you. We're going to do a jazzed up shrimp low country. Low country is a region in South Carolina where you get a lot of southern meets Creole type cooking. Typical low country boil would have sausage, seafood such as shrimp, clams, potatoes, corn. You've got a lot of Trinity, which is your onions, bell pepper, and celery as the base. Spices such as thyme, bay leaf, chilies, and stuff like that as well. Low country boils can be served with potatoes in there, like I mentioned before. Also, we can do this sauce and do it over like cheese grits and things like that. So let's get started. So what we're going to do is I got some shrimp here. These are tail on, peeled into vein. These are 16-20 shrimp. Now when you hear that, what that means is on average you get 16 to 20 shrimp per pound. So if you're at the store buying 21 to 25 shrimp, that would mean 21 to 25 shrimp per pound, so you know. The lower the number, the bigger the shrimp. So in this case, we got about medium shrimp here. Pretty nice. What we're going to do is we're going to toss these in a blackening spice. You know, if you want it spicy, do more. If you want less spicy, do less. However, the more spice you put on it, the more color you'll get, and it'll look really eye-catching. So what we're going to do is on the burner here, we're going to get this pretty hot, so we can get it get some color on these shrimp. So what we'll do is we're going to get color on the shrimp. We're going to blacken the shrimp. I'll take them off the heat, and we're going to reserve them, put them on the side, and then I'll carry on and make the actual low country stew, the boil. This other pot we got going here, I got a base here for my cheese grits. I got a little bit of milk, a little bit of water, cream cheese, butter. Once it comes to a boil, we'll just add the instant grits. It's usually a 4-to-1 ratio, so 4 times the liquid as to what the dry grits that you put in. All right, so we're mixing up the shrimp. I just want to make sure it's all covered with the blackening spice. And we're going to get the saute pan nice and hot. All right, as you hear the sizzle, it's not quite as hot as I would like. That's one big problem with the induction. Sometimes they'll shut off on their own. All right, while those are getting colored, what I'm going to do is I have an andouille sausage over here. Andouille is a Cajun / Creole type sausage. Spices in there, you got paprika, garlic, oregano, thyme, things like that, cayenne pepper. And as you can see, we're having, when you have powder-free gloves, you have issues. All right, so we got the shrimp going. Separate cutting board here for the sausage. Now you can do quarter moons, half moons. I'm going to actually do little dice up here. So this is actually not raw. A lot of times people are like, oh, it's raw. Well, it's cured, so it's actually staged. If you were desperate, you could actually eat this right out of the package. Don't suggest it, though. And this, I want to get a nice color on it as well. The more natural caramelization, the more flavor. So in that same pot, I'm going to throw this in. And like anything cooking, unless you're like stir frying quickly, you only want to flip something like really once. All right. So I just want to look at it one time. As you can see, it's got a little bit of color, but I want a little bit more than that even. What we'll do is I cut the veggies. Again, I mentioned earlier, Trinity. It's the base for most Cajun, Creole, a lot of southern food. So in French cooking, you have mirepoix, which is 50% onions, 25% carrots, 25% celery. Trinity, you omit the carrots and replace it with bell peppers. You can do green, you can do red, you can do yellow, just to give it more color. I'm doing a little bit of red and green. And you can do big hunks if you like. I don't go crazy small, but a little bit smaller, just so every bite you get has a bunch of veggies. All right, so there we got the peppers. Do some celery. And my ratio might be a little off. I know I said 50% and then 25 and 25. I think the onion we're a little bit light on, but that's okay. It still tastes good. Serve that. And flip these shrimp, get some color on them. Perfect. All right. And knowing I was doing this dish, you have to make a dark roux, also called a peanut butter roux in this kind of cooking. So the best way to do that, you can do it on a stovetop, butter or oil and flour. You want to cook it till it's brown, it has a peanut, almost like a burnt popcorn smell to it. The way I like to do it is I put it on a shallow pan, oil, flour, in the oven, slow, low and slow, stir it periodically, you get the perfect dark roux. So I came prepared with the dark roux already made. All right, so we're getting that going. While it's going, I can actually get my grits ready. So if you see this is boiling, we're gonna have the dry grits. Instant grits will work just fine. If you're in the South, don't mention instant grits because you might get mad at you. Little by little, so I don't get clumped up. Alright, so we're going to let that simmer. And I'll check on it here periodically. We're going to add the peppers. It's okay to make a little mess. If you make a mess, it means you're cooking right. All right. And the shrimp, probably pretty close to pull out of the pan. Which I got a plate here. Get those out. What we'll do, we'll pull the stew over the top so we'll kind of bring it back to the, you want a warm meal, right? Here we got an onion. I'm just going to go for a dice. Again, depends if you want big chunks or little chunks. I'm trying to go for in the middle. And we'll also do some garlic here. Now for the blackened spice for the shrimp, you can make your own, which I like to do. Usually a mixture of chili powder, paprika, a little bit of cumin, oregano. I put a little sassafras or gumbo filet in there, some dried thyme, granulated garlic, onion powders. But if you can get your hands on a Chef Paul Prudhomme's Redfish Magic, you can't really beat it. It's great. Up here. So when you're cooking with any kind of a roux, a blonde roux, or a dark roux, the liquid you're putting it in, you either want to do a cold roux with a hot liquid, or cold roux with a hot liquid, or a hot roux with a cold liquid. There's some science behind that. I can't really describe it to you perfectly, but that's just how it works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a cold roux and bring it hot once again, and then we'll add all the liquid ingredients. And again, this is called a peanut butter roux, and you'll know it's done when it smells a little bit like burnt popcorn. And it's very sturdy, so it takes a little bit of strength to get in there because it's been setting, so sediment. Crumble it up a little bit. So this adds a lot of complexity to this sauce. Alrighty. Apologize about the mask, it keeps coming down here. Alright, so we're going to throw in a couple bay leaves. So you can use butcher's twine, a little piece of saran wrap or something to make a bouquet for herbs. This way you can pull it out easy peasy. Alright, so we got our clam juice. A little splash of Worcestershire. And any of these ingredients you can kind of omit if you're not a fan of Worcestershire. You know, if I was to eat this, I would like it real spicy, so I'd add a lot more Tabasco than what you're going to see me put in here. But just a couple little drops just for that kind of vinegary heat. A little bit of lemon. A little difficulty with my burner. One step in here. I don't want this to get too low. I want to bring it right back to a boil. Right. While that's going, check these cheese grits. All right, looks like all the liquid is absorbed in the grits. It's simmering. This is all ready to go. All I'm going to do is I got some nice cheddar cheese. We're going to fold in some of this. Nice and cheesy. Perfect. Alrighty. For some reason this burner is not working. Come on. So you want to make sure all the little clumps, the dark roux, are broken up. You want them to bite into a big clump of flour. It would be very unpleasant. So that's going. What we can do, kind of clean up your station a little bit. Chop some parsley. And also, ahead of time, I got some, it's optional, you know, if you're not a fan of corn, but I grilled a bunch of corn, got a nice color on it. What I'm going to do is cut it off the cob and fold it in right at the end as well. What we're going to do is I'm going to grab the corn. So right at the end here, we're going to add some parsley and corn. So once this gets going here, as you can see it's starting to bubble, so we're almost there. And if you're not doing it so much on the fly, you could have these liquids kind of slowly simmering to get more flavors from the bay leaf and the thyme bouquet and whatnot. Okay. Some parsley there, and throw that in so you get a nice color. Got the corn. Just cut it off the cob. Here, all the noises over here, the pan is back up to 10, which is wonderful news. All right, nice color. There's corn. we're gonna do is we're gonna put the cheese grits on a plate. We'll arrange the shrimp on top, and then we're gonna pour the sauce a little bit on top and around the grits, and then we'll garnish it here with a little bit of scallion. And I got some sliced lemons as well. I like to cut the scallions on a bias. Kind of stack them up a little bit. And then, especially if you have if you're ahead of time, you can cut these on an extreme bias like this, soak them in ice water, and let curl up and make like kind of a nest. Looks really pretty. So right now I'm going to take out the bouquet. Again, like I mentioned, if you want more flavors from that, what you can do is you can actually have the liquid steep with the thyme bouquet and the bay leaves and whatnot. Take those bay leaves out as well. Alright. Alright, I'm going to put a little gumbo filet in here. Just to end it. A little pepper. A little bit of salt. Obviously, if you like salt, go crazy. If you don't like salt, there's a lot of other flavors in here that you can kind of get away with not being so salty. And not robbing yourself from an enjoyable meal, you know? Okay, so here we have our bowl. It's a shallow bowl. You can use if you make this thicker, you can even make a, put on a flat plate too. Some cheese grits here. Now I made them a little bit thick because we're gonna have sauce in them. Grab the shrimpies. Use your yeast. Not going to do that. A little bit over top. And if you want to display a shrimp just to kind of, it is the kind of a selling point, then you can do that. And some really thin sliced lemon, you can do something like that. A little bit on top. And if you want, you can get some microgreens, you can put some microgreens around. Really up to what you want to do. And there we have Lowcountry Shrimp, jazzed up shrimp in this case.